Hi and welcome back in the wonderful world of Raidborn, which is a first-person sandbox action RPG with the main focus being the exploration, the uniquely random generated places, and the very cool physics-based combat system. And again, I brought quite a lot of stuff. We will take a look at how I improved AI, how I implemented some stuff we did in the last devlogs, and much more. And really, this game is slowly but steadily getting to alpha state, and more is looks like a game and feels like a game. But let's continue with the actual footage I brought with me. The first thing we will take a look at is how I implemented the refined animations I showed you in one of the last devlog videos, how I implemented them into the game, and at the same time I did also change the attack mechanic of the NPCs, because we will take a look at the refined attack animations. It's not at every animation. I chose especially this because there I also changed something on the coding side, and you see this here in the background. And what you were also going to see is how all of this is going to look under the hood when you see the animation states switching in that animation tree. But let's continue with the new mechanic, what this actually is and what it means. So before I had a system where I created a preset animation sequence in my animation software, and then I played that. And I also created multiple different animation sequences so that you don't see the same sequence over and over again. So what I mean with sequence is, for example, he's doing 3 attacks. He's like doing a attack from the right side, and then he's stabbing, and then he's doing attack from the left side. So that is a sequence. And now I decided to throw the system away and instead make something that I create 3 separate quality optimized animations, and then on the coding side tell the AI to randomly select one of those animations and just play the animation. And the animations are designed so the AI is able to smoothly transition from one animation to another. And why I decided this is simply because I realized, hey, you don't need 9 different animations, because I had 3 sequences, which each of them has 3 different attacks, so you have 9 animations. And I thought, hey, better make less animations which are actually good, optimized, and from high quality. So the next thing here is actually something I personally really like, which is a character setup automation. I'm personally a huge fan of animations, and that is what I'm building here. So why is that necessary? Why is that cool? And why do I need that? The point is, as you can see here in the footage, there are on the right side where the mouse cursor is, you can see that there are quite a lot of symbols and names there, like patrol, like stand up, flee, attack, and so on and so forth. So that are scripts for the AI, and the AI has attached a lot of stuff to it. The object of the AI, it has a physics shape, has a nav agent for navigation so that it can navigate the world, and a lot of stuff, and it needs a lot of settings. And it's really a completely tedious task to set this up manually. So what I created was actually a system which analyzes the AI, mostly through the name of the AI. It just checks, hey, does the name of the AI contain bandit? Then it is a bandit. Something like that. And it then decides what this AI needs and sets it up automatically. So when I do this manually, it takes 10 minutes maybe, I don't exactly know. And I also have the problem that I make mistakes, so I have to remember, oh wait, what was that setting, and so on and so forth. And yeah, that is what I built here. And here you see how this works with one-click AI setup, done. And I think it's super cool, and I will build stuff like that in the future as well for different things, because it's just super great to do automations, especially if you have that many of different characters as I have, because I have like, I don't know, 55 different NPC models, and I would have to do that for all of them manually. That would be literally hell. Another cool thing I came up with is the random selection of equipment for AI characters. So how this works is they simply have a pool of items they can choose from, which is limited by their race and by their level, and then they just randomly pick one available weapon which fits all the conditions, and that's what you see here in the background, that every time I start this test scene here, the AI has a different weapon in his hands. And yeah, this will just make my life a little bit easier. I don't have to choose a weapon for every AI, it just randomly picks one. And also, I mean, this is not just important for the random generation of the levels, because I place the AI there and they need a random weapon, of course, so that it is a random generation, you know. So what you see here is a functionality that I already showed you in a previous devlog video, but which I refined, and you can see it a little bit more in detail here. So the thing is, what does actually happen if you walk too far away from the AI, or better said, if you lose eye contact, or if the AI loses eye contact to its target? So what I came up with is that the AI tries to search the target. And how this works is, it just visits the last known position, and if the target is not there, then it waits for a while, and then it goes back to the action it did previously. So for example, if it was standing around, then it sees you, hey, you're away, it's trying to search you, then it's waiting, and then it's doing it's standing around again and go back to the place it was before. And by the way, in the footage you will see the AI waiting, and then the white cylinder, which represents the enemy, is coming again. Then the AI drives crazy and it's buggy a little bit. So here are some errors I have to fix to optimize the system. Yeah, just want to mention that. And yeah, I think there's not much more to say about that feature. So the next thing I'm going to show you is a new functionality for AI. Because, you know, before I had a system where the AI generates a sequence of actions it then executes. And that means it cannot play two actions at a time. It has to execute that action, finish that action, and then it can execute a new action. So I created a system which allows the AI to play multiple animations at a time. And the example, which you will also see later in the footage, is that the AI is attacking an enemy, and the AI needs to unsheath his weapon, which is a separate action. So it has the action, hey, attack the enemy and unsheath the weapon. And before, I had the AI standing still, unsheathing, waiting until the unsheath is finished, and then it's attacking. And now with the new system, the AI can attack and at the same time unsheath the weapon, which just looks more realistic. And it can do different kind of tasks at the same time, and that's pretty cool. It was a very important addition to the AI, makes it look more natural and improves the overall AI quality. Okay, so that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and as always, tell me what you think about the new stuff I brought with me and I showed you today, and tell me what you think about the devlog video, what I can improve maybe. And yeah, just share your thoughts with me. It's really important for me that I can improve stuff, that I can make stuff for you, because ultimately this is a game for you, for the community. And also the videos are for you. I mean, I don't watch them myself that much, you know. But yeah, that's it for the video. As always, stay cool, have a great day, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.